and welcome to Kogi in Focus, the program that highlights major developments in and around Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state in the last 7 days. I'm Oluwatosin Osuji. On the program today, Governor Bello charges this year's Christian pilgrims to Jerusalem to be good ambassadors of Kogi State and Nigeria. New Kogi West traditional ruler OLUJUMU of OLUJUMU receives staff of office from Governor Bello. And when we hit the streets, we will get to hear what the people have to say on the significance of Christmas. These and much more when we return. Don't go away. The Kogi State government has resolved to continue the diversification of the state's economy through capital projects that will have direct bearing on the life of the people. The Director General, Media and Publicity, Kingsley Fanwo, who said this while briefing journalists after the State Executive Council meeting, also appreciated the federal government for approving the Olakpe Dam project that will encourage thousands of youth and women to go into cassava farming.
This end, the governor sent his appreciation and that of the people of the state to Mr. President for the recent approval of the Oduape Dam project in the state that will gulp well over 400 million naira. With the dam, we'll be able to have a fully functional Alape processing zone where we are planning massive production of cassava in the state.
The Commissioner of Budget and Planning, Paul Mayweather, also made public the state government's approval of the 2019 appropriation bill for honor transmission to the State House of Assembly for further consideration.
The ingredients that are embedded in the budget are projects that are grassroots oriented. People's budget will be a budget that our people at the grassroots will benefit immensely, and there will be development 2019 because we want to consolidate the ongoing projects. We want to finish them. We want to see the new ones that are coming, that will be coming on board, to see that our people all over the 3 senatorial districts are benefited.
Wife of the Kogi State Governor, RASHIDA Bello, in the last few months has touched thousands of lives at the grassroots through her foundation, engaging in series of medical outreaches and other forms of benevolence. At a closing ceremony in Lokoja to wrap up her recent medical outreach to all 21 governments in the state, government functionaries at different levels were full of praise for the First Lady's efforts.
Over the past 4 months, has taken the medical outreach across the nook and cranny of Kogi State. The foundation, through the medical outreach program, has touched lives of our mothers, of our children, of vulnerable groups across Kogi State.
Also, there are other surgical interventions that she did herself using her own personal money. There are some challenges that come, they will just walk into our office, to the office of Her Excellency, introducing them with challenges, and she has to take care of them, do this surgery. In Lokoja local government, there is a baby without anus that she operated on through her foundation.
And on behalf of the good people of Kogi State and the state capital, as well as Lokoja local government, we say we are very grateful.
To the good people of Alaji Bello government, APC, and enjoin you to reciprocate this kind gesture of Her Excellency come 2019, next level by the special grace of God. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to impact on our people.
Beneficiaries from Kogi West acknowledge the significance of RASHIDA Bello Foundation's generosity.
They does well, they do the checking, they test us, and they tell everything. I feel like headache. A chronic headache, and I came here, they checked me and they placed me on drugs, and everything was given to me.
It's a nice program because everybody is being attended to. I really appreciate you. I appreciate her, and I pray that God will bless her.
I came with complaint of eye problem, so I came in respect of that. Yes, I've just seen the doctor just now. I've been given glasses.
The governor's wife explained what motivates her to reach out to the less privileged.
So I initiated this free medical outreach for our people, and it has been on for some months now. I intended to go through the 21 local governments of Kogi State, and to the glory of God, we have been very successful.
She was commended by Kogi West traditional rulers. Kogi State Governor Bello has told intending Pilgrims to Jerusalem to be good ambassadors of Nigeria and of the state. Governor Bello made the call during an official departure reception at Government House, Lokoja. He wished the intending Pilgrims a spiritually rewarding exercise.
I don't have any doubt in my mind that our prayers has been answered. Yes. Amen. Yes. I will continue to do my best to ensure that Kogi State remain a conducive environment for both Muslims and Christians. And I will always treat everybody fairly, and there shall be no discrimination. By the grace of God, we shall improve on securing Kogi State and the entire land.
Governor Bello used the opportunity to condole with members of the state's Christian Pilgrims Board over the death of one of its members, Esther Salihu. He promised to take care of the children she left behind.
For the souls of the departed, especially our sister, may her soul rest in perfect peace. I want to assure you, my pastor, my chairman, that it is in my character that we take care of the loved ones of those that depart, and hers is not going to be an exception.
He promised to promote a harmonious relationship between people of all faiths. The chairman of the board, Samuel Ajinihi, the secretary to the state government, Ayade Folashade, and chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Bishop John Ibenu, acknowledged Governor Bello's concern for pilgrims, whether Christian or Muslim, and called for a reciprocating gesture on the part of the pilgrims.
I've learned a lot of things from you. You respect, and you're a disciplined person, and you are called honor to who honor is due. That's how we do. And of course, like I told them, we're going to pray, we're going to observe vigil, and we're also going to fast. Not for anything, personally, for ourselves, for the governor, for the government, and for Nigeria at large, for the president. We're going to have spiritual exercise.
And very specially, we must commend the governor of Kogi State, for finding it worthy to continue the sponsorship. In one way or the other, not minding the paucity of fund, he still find it, good to sponsor. We all understand what Nigeria is going through. But you know what? In the midst of all of this, a man with a good heart still did what he did, and we are very grateful to him. You can hear the pilgrims who are very happy, and they were grateful to him.
I want to use this opportunity to thank you for all the atmosphere and environment you have created for the two major faiths, the Christian and the Muslim, to come together, interact regularly, and coexist as we have been doing. And Kogi State is a model of Christian and Muslims living together in peace. It's a sign of what comes from the top. We thank you for your encouragement.
Some of the intending pilgrims promised not to let the country down.
I feel excited. I'm happy. I'm going to connect with the Lord, and we'll have spiritual revival.
This is a divine intervention. For me to visit Jerusalem, it has been my plans, and I thank God that it has come to pass.
It's going to be one of my desires fulfilled, and it's also going to be an opportunity to pray for our country, Nigeria, and our dear state, Kogi State. The Bible says that when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. That we'll have more of God's hand upon our leaders, and that our country might be a place where everyone finds reasons to bless God and to rejoice.
Governor Bello was honored with an award in recognition of his support for Christians. The 111 persons pilgrims departed for Jerusalem on the 17th December 2018. Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello has described the decision of Federal Road Safety Commission to have an office space and senior officers in the state as encouraging. Speaking at the commission in Lokoja Environ, Governor Bello said the move will spur him to continue to support the agency by maintaining roads, vehicles, and ensuring proper drivers' behavior. He also called on the Commission to do all possible to keep the roads accidents free before, during, and after the Yuletide.
By the special grace of God, we will assist with some furnishings of this particular Kogi State is known for quality, and you gave us quality here. Within the shortest period of time that you came into office, you've been able to do all this for the commission. Once again, commend you for the good work we are doing across the country. The statistics of road accident has reduced drastically. You know, based on the efficacy of your service and all your men and officers. So sincerely thank you, and I pray that a lot of this will be replicated in the state, and I wish you a successful service to our fatherland and to the commission. And those of you that will be using this commission, I urge you to please maintain it. No matter how strong, beautiful a project is, if it is not maintained, it will not retain its quality.
The FRSC Board Chairman Buhari Bello and the State Commander Boboye Oyeyemi commended President Mohammed Buhari and Governor Bello for their support and promised to expand the building to accommodate other cadres of staff in the state.
All the assistance he gave for making this day possible, because without him, his cooperation and his magnanimity to give us this large portion of land, we would not have been here today. So I would want to also thank him on behalf of the board and the of the Federal Road Safety Co. We thank you immensely for this gesture. I'd also like to thank Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari, for giving us the funds that enable us to build this edifice.
By the end of next year, we'll have completed all these projects. Will not be in any rented apartment, so we must appreciate Mr. President for this. My own focus on infrastructural development, and I've gotten the backing of Mr. President for this. The harassment of the landlords are too much, so the landlords, they should hold their building. Mr. President has given me the go-ahead, so we continue on this. When we finish this, we start with the zonal commands that are not properly occupied. Then with this kind of land now, we also embark on staff quarters. I have enough land here now, which I'm discussing with the chairman. We start working on the quarters for junior staff, so that once there's emergency, we're on the highway, we respond quickly.
The building is located along the busy Lokoja Okede Road. Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello has promised the Yoruba-speaking people of Kogi State a fair share in his administration's investment in human and infrastructural development. Governor Bello made the promise at the coronation and presentation of staff of office to the OLUJUMU of OLUJUMU, Oba Williams Ayeni, at Iyara headquarters of OLUJUMU local government area. The governor said his administration remains committed to rapid development of all parts of the state.
Like I always say, conflicts are not in the interest of any state or community. It is only when His Royal Majesty is allowed to reign in peace that he will be able to partner with government for the progress of his kingdom, the entire Okunland, and indeed the whole of Kogi State. We will protect him and his kingdom from any distractor or enemy of progress. Therefore, I urge His Royal Majesty
to also resist every temptation to politicize his exalted office.
Governor Bello said the appointment of the OLUJUMU was in line with the excellent law that established the chieftaincy institution, saying due process was followed throughout the process. He urged the people of the community to allow the monarch reign in peace, saying that was the only way that development could be achieved. He tasked INE to resist the temptation to compromise the stool, advising him to always rule with the fear of God. The traditional ruler, in his acceptance speech, expressed his readiness to work for the socio-economic development of Ijumu land.
That I will rule my people with justice
and impartiality.
And
I will do my duty.
And that I will do my duty.
Without fear or favor.
Without fear or favor.
Affection or ill will.
Affection or ill will.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oba Williams Ayeni is the fourth person to assume the OLUJUMU stool. The Ata of Gala, Michael Idakwo, the Oyimegegu of Kotonkarfi, Abdulrazak Isakoto, were among other traditional rulers and dignitaries present at the coronation. Special advisor to the governor on local government and chieftaincy affairs, Abubakar Ohere, Speaker of the State of Assembly, Matthew Kolawole, and APC Kogi West Senatorial candidate for 2019 election, Smart Adeyemi, urged the people of the town to continue to support the state governor and ensure his re-election in 2019.
I also encourage them to feel free to allow their subjects to make their choice free. They should not bundle them to any decision. So with this freedom going on, everybody is free to decide where he belongs. But what we abhor completely is the issue of thuggery, criminality. So, and the traditional rulers, they are engaging with government to make sure they expose such tendencies.
Yeah, my advice to the Oba is the Oba should always listen to the people, particularly listen to those who made him the Oba. You should consult them in everything decision he wants to take. Yes, he's the Oba, he has overall decision to take, but I still believe he still needs proper consultation to meet with people before taking a final decision. And as we move.
But I want to be speaking as a statesman who is talking basically of those things you have done. And I'm saying here that we are cutting what we didn't get before the last 30 years, under 3.5 years, less than 3 years of the administration. So you're coming back a second time is to consolidate for us and to make us to be proud people. And I'm not in doubt that you took into consideration that we are your neighbors.
The Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello has approved the appointment of a new rector for Kogi State Polytechnic, Lokoja. According to a statement signed by the Public Relations Officer of the institution, Luke Yakubu, the new rector is Professor Mohammed Atureta. Professor Atureta, who hails from Okunland local government area of the state, was until his appointment a lecturer in the Department of Mathematics Science at the Abubakar Balewa University, Bauchi. The appointment, according to the statement, takes effect from 1st January 2019. Atta Haruna had been rector in an acting capacity when the tenure of the former rector Isa Mohammed ended in September 2018. The Federal High Court sitting in Lokoja on Tuesday, 11 December 2018, restrains the National Assembly in perpetuity from summoning or investigating the Chief of Staff to Governor Yaya Bello, Edward Onoja, based on a petition filed by Timothy Henry, alleging that Edward Onoja, while a staff of one of the New Generation banks, was involved in the granting of loans to customers who defaulted on repayment. The court said the Senate lacked the constitutional power to summon Edward Onoja on his said petition. The Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public petitions by a letter dated the 8th of March 2018 had summoned Onoja to appear before it to answer allegations against him, upon which Onoja approached the Federal High Court, leading to the judgment. According to Inside Story on an online media platform, Justice A.A. Demi Ajayi granted all of Onoja's prayers in his originating summons filed on the 16th of March 2018. She also struck out the Senate's preliminary objection and all prayers in its substantive defense before awarding damages to Onoja. The judge insisted that such a petition to the Senate was unconstitutional, null and void, and ought not to have been entertained. Responding to the judgment, Onoja said the judgment was a victory for democracy. He praised the judiciary for always standing up for the common man through effective justice delivery and expressed satisfaction with what he described as a tendency of certain senators in the 8th Assembly to mortgage the image of the Senate and waste precious resources on private vendetta against law-abiding citizens. Onoja urged Nigerians to be vigilant and elect only credible people to represent them at the National Assembly in next year's election. The Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union, Federal University of Lokoja, Kogi State, have embarked on a 3-day protest over what is described as the failure of the federal government to fulfill its obligation as contained in the 2016 order of the National Industrial Court. The chairman of the Kogi State chapter of SANU, Uche Onyedu, urged the government to implement what has been agreed.
We obtained judgment against the federal government with respect to the staff school. Up to this moment, up to today, they have not deemed it fit to implement the court's judgment. Secondly, we were promised 8 billion naira. Up to this moment, they have been playing politics with it. And other MOUs signed with the government to actualize the 2009 agreement. They have not kept any. Therefore, the non-teaching staff, especially the SANU, in all the universities across the country, we are protesting.
The Kogi State chapter of SANU also promised to remain on the same page with other tertiary institution unions across the country if government refuses to meet their demands. If you are just joining us, this is Kogi in Focus, a weekly review of activities in and around Kogi in the last 1 week. For your updates, information, contributions, and advert placement, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kogi in Focus TV. You can also reach us through our social media handles and phone numbers also displayed on your screen. You can also visit our website www.kogigoogleprd.com. In the spirit of the Yuletide, Harmony School in Lokoja held a Christmas carol. Students displayed various shows depicting the essence of Christmas.
Just calm down, don't worry. The money is here.
Director of the school, the principal, and teachers expressed their gratitude to parents and students for making the night a success.
The Gospel according to St. John chapter 3 verse 16, which says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. It is in
and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which is translated God with us.
The clergyman was on hand to explain the reason for the season.
Unto us a child is born. We are celebrating a child that has been born to bring salvation to the whole world. The Bible says, the angel Gabriel said his name shall be called Jesus, which means salvation. He shall save his people from their sins. And right from the day, and right from the time of his birth, the world has never remained the same.
Stalwarts, recent Decampees, and other members of the All Progressives Congress converged on Okunland for a campaign rally in support for the re-election bids of President Muhammad Buhari, Governor Yahya Bello, and all candidates of the party for next year's elections into the Senate, House of Representatives and State House of Assembly. A number of them explained why the rally was held at this time.
I want to tell you that the presidential election, we have just one candidate, President Mohammed. Why should you vote for Muhammad Buhari? I've just given two reasons. Number one, President Muhammad Buhari is doing everything possible to ensure that iron and steel complex remains operational in full capacity. Yes, sir. The PDP government sold Ajakuta iron and steel. The PDP government destroyed iron and steel complex Ajakuta. Iron and steel complex is fundamental to the socio-economic development of Nigeria and indeed Kogi State where we have. They're so united. They're so united. I want to tell you that President Muhammad Buhari is already on the drawing board of having the rail system passing through our territory for movement. Not only Lokoja, the train will come from Egbe and it will link up from Omu back to this area. So trade is going to commence in this central district. I want to tell you that I am convinced that President Muhammad Buhari is a man of great vision. Yes, and he wants the best for our country. Good. Indeed, Nigeria, where we were, we all knew. Today, I am very sure we are better. You people, the father for Tino for smart in the world, you look at that photo. You did mistake. Where for Tino? Inshallah. 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 Senator Smart and Jeremy is not just going to be a senator, but a ranking senator.
Entire Kogi West, Kogi State are here to show support to President Muhammad Buhari, to tell President Muhammad Buhari that we want continuity of the development-oriented programs that he has implemented in the last 4 years. Very high. You can see everybody everywhere. So for my people to come out like this, you should know that our chances are very high. There's no doubt about it. Don't be deceived. Kogi West, Kogi State is for APC.
For the support, they are going to give Senator Smart, Adeyemi, and all who are contesting under APC, all our candidates, to tell the people of the world for them to know now that the development of Okun has come, the development of West has come.
Started steadily, and we are mindful of the fact that given another 4 years, the country will be on the rise once again.
Yabayi, Mofa, Ijumu, Bababudu, Lokoja, and Kogi local government. All people, APC faithful, have gathered here at this township stadium in Kaba. All aim at showing our strength and capacity. APC, how strong the party is in the Western Senatorial District. Means that people are steadfast. They are happy with what we're doing. I want them to continue to defend the house of this party. Because I know at the end of the day, they will all reach the dividend of democracy. Like the way that the chances of APC in 2019 is good, is ripe, and we are good to go.
Voters were told to ensure that the elections are held free of violence and other issues.
Start now
for
please,
APC.
The other chairman instructed,
PVC,
we want
vote for
all
APC
local government
and to defend their vote
to mobilize the people
so that APC
to come closer to the podium. We don't want to give any space unchecked. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please and please again, we have
I want all of them to be all of us to see the importance of this election and the witness giving APC is the party of choice, so we urge our people to vote for continuity and to also change rascals from the National Assembly and put in people that are OLUJUMU as far as we are concerned.
Thank you very much.
That is my advice to our people.
So my appeal to my constituents is to ensure that come 2019, their vote must be for APC. That can really deliver that dividends we are yearning to have. Is that they should stay camp with us. Whatever the situation is now, things are improving gradually under the present government, and we are ready to serve them fully, and they will enjoy fully the benefit of democracy.
The Independent National Electoral Commission will also urge to ensure free, fair, and credible elections. It's now time to bring you views from the streets. The Christmas and New Year celebration is at hand. We went to the streets to get people's reactions on the reason for this season.
When we talk about Christmas, Christmas is all about the birth of Christ, the man that brought salvation to the world. When we talk about Christmas, Christmas is not only eating and drinking or wearing new clothes. It's how you affect people around you to know that really this Savior is being born to this world for us. Christmas is love. Christmas is where you tell people about the love of Christ. How Christ came to the world, how he now delivered the world, how he came for signs and wonders, and he died for our sins. That is all we know about Christmas.
They need to come to my shop so that they will buy cheaper. They will, in fact, enjoy what they are getting from my side. I'm really ready for them.
This period, things are supposed to be moving, people are supposed to be celebrating, buying things here and there, but this time around is different because people are complaining, no salary, there's no money in town, people are really suffering. Instead of smiling, they're angry because no money in town. The only thing I have to tell them is that Christmas is just something that comes and goes every year. So although it's a time of celebration, but we should not blame God this time around. We should equally thank God because although we have been enjoying, so for us to feel it this way this year is not a reason for us to forget the past years we are enjoying. Let's just endure and move ahead after Christmas comes and goes.
This is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of Kogi in Focus. Join us same time next week, same station for another fresh 7-day review. And do not forget to continue to do unto others what you want them to do to you. I'm OLUJUMU. Have a wonderful week.